Hello everyone, welcome to our pre-calculus lesson. This is lesson 29 and 30, revision for quiz 4. Our quiz 4 is coming up. This is the date of quiz 4, April 28th and Wednesday, 6 to 7:30 p.m. as usual time. Total marks is 30 and the question, there will be 7 questions and you have to answer 5 questions. If you answer more than 5 questions, we will keep the best 5. So as usual, policy process for our quizzes. We'll follow this. This is a short video, and we have another one video which describe all the maths in detail. So feel free to watch that video also. These are the formulas, related formulas for this for the quiz. You may have to revise this formula like standard form of quadratic, vertex, etc., etc. All these formulas so far we have seen them during our classes, and we used them also in different capacity. These are the topic for quiz 4: solving quadratic inequality, solving quadratic graph, application car rentals related, application supply and demand related, depreciation related inequality, inequality. There is 2 inequality maths. One is from physics, and another one is from revenue. And most of the thing actually we so far more or less in different form we have actually seen. So this type of maths, quadratic inequality, we just have practiced this maths, similar kind of maths. If you see this inequality greater than or less than, then you know the solution will be within the first bracket or this small bracket. Then if it is equal to sign, then you have to use that large bracket or third bracket, whichever you say. And process is, first of all, we have to find out the x-intercepts and think about which part of the graph is more than 0 or less than 0. For more than 0, it means, for more than 0, a graph is more than 0 means, a graph more than 0 means if the, which part of the graph is more than x-axis and which part of the graph is less than x-axis. Suppose if this point is, let's say this point is A and this point is B. If the question is less than 0, then answer is AB. Answer will be AB. For open up parabola, of course. Open up parabola. And if the question is greater than 0, then the answer will be minus infinity to A and B to plus infinity. Minus infinity to A. A means whatever the number you have here, that will be the A. Of course, the value will be minus here if it is in this place. If it is there somewhere, then it will be plus. Then from B to plus infinity. So this part of the graph is greater than 0, this part of the graph is greater than 0, and this part of the graph is less than 0. So it is written here also. For open up parabola, open down parabola, the rules are given there also. Then we have another question like this kind of questions where the graph is given. You have to find out where it is, which graph is greater, which graph is small, less. There is 2 functions here. One is gx, another one is fx. So our question is where gx is greater or equal to fx, where fx is greater than gx, and where fx is less than gx. So you will notice that a number here and c number question is same here, mostly more or less same here, just only here you will have greater or equal to, here it is just only less than sign. That's why answer is same in the A and C, just only bracket is different, parenthesis is different. And B number question is as usual. In this question, suppose from -2 to 1, within this space, our fx is smaller. Fx is the blue color, so fx is smaller here up to this point. Then after this point, fx is larger, fx is greater. Okay, because you can see our blue graph is higher than the red graph, so fx is higher for after 1. This way we think about this kind of maths. Just to give you a brief idea, this This is a linear function related application, linear function. We have another maths we actually discussed related to mobile phone and their bill, their charge. Like you talk this minutes and this much SMS you send, this kind of application. But this is given in terms of car rentals. The cost in dollar of renting of a moving truck for a day is modeled by the function this, where x is the number of miles driven. So already function is given, so we have to just work on based on this function. For 40 miles, what is the answer? You have to put 40 here and do the calculation. $160 is the cost, so you put 160 here and find x equals to what? Then 350, so you put 350 here and find x equals to what? Of course, uh, yeah, you should practice without the color. Here the color coding is given, like which value will go where. So colors are given here, but yeah, so you have to be careful if the colors are not given that way also. These are the process or thinking process is this. This is supply and demand related maths. Where is the equilibrium? Where is the equilibrium quantity? All these maths actually is explained little in detail in another video, which is more than 1 hour video. So you can watch them time to time for the more detail, you know. So supply and demand, if supply and demand is equal, or if you don't need to watch that video, that is also fine. That's not it's not mandatory that you have to watch. Just if you feel you need, then you can watch them. If you understand these maths already, because all these maths are just repeated maths kind of, revision maths kind of. So you already have seen these maths at least once. So for equilibrium here, we just write supply equal to demand. Then you just do the math, do the calculation for P. And obtained P, we put it back here to find out the quantity. And then we find the supply is greater than the demand. So SP is greater than DP, we do the calculation. These are the answers. These are the thinking process what you do. See, SP is greater than DP. How to do the first maths? Put set SP equals to DP and find out P equals to what. This is the thinking process. This is the answer. Okay. This is the depreciation related maths. So this is the total value, and in 7 years it will depreciate. That means we have to divide it by 7. Then we find out the equation. This is the equation, because 4,000 will depreciate. Depreciate means decrease. Decrease means minus. And total money is 28,000. You put it here. For 3 years, what is the value? We put x equals to 3 and do the calculation. Answer will be 16,000. And what when means what is the time? So when is the time car's value becomes $8,000? So we put 8,000 for v of x, because that is the value, and you find out x equals to what? X equals to 5 will come after the solution. And this is the process, and slightly the math is done here also. So you can have a look. We will share this file also with the recording, as you know. So this is another application math, which is also from this is from inequality and quadratic inequality, as you can see here. When the at what time the ball will strike the ground? Strike the ground means s of t equal to 0. Then you find t equals to what? Answer will come t equals to 6 seconds. So that is the answer. And for what time it is 120 feet above the ground? That means 120 is the value of s of t. Then you have to find out. S of t. This value is s of t. So s of t equals to 128. We have to find out t equals to what. So you get 2 and 4 seconds, 2 different answers. If this value is different, then you have to do the calculation for that, and maybe you need to, if this value is a little bit irregular. Suppose if I write here 130 instead of 128, so you have to write here 130 instead of 128, and in that case answer will not be this nice, because that in that case answer will be decimal. So it means that you may have to use the quadratic formula to find out the answer in that case, because if you cannot do the middle term factoring or factoring in general, then you have to use the quadratic formula, because the decimal answer we do not know how to find by using the factoring easily. So you may have to use the quadratic formula in that case. This is general rule for all the quadratic functions, quadratic equation. If it is difficult to find out the factors in general, then actually we have to use the quadratic formula. And the next one is t equals to 2.5 seconds. So you put 2 equal to 2.5 seconds, which is easier. Just t equal to 2.5 seconds, and then do the calculation. Answer comes 140 feet, and math is slightly done here also. This one also related to quadratic inequality. So this function is given. This is related to the revenue. The function is given here. At what price p the revenue is 0. So you put revenue is 0, then p equals to what you find. You get 0 and 3800. And this maths actually also is from our one of the previous class maths. For what range the revenue exceed this much, so this is the value of revenue. This is the value of revenue. That means you put here this red color value here, then find out p equals to what. Okay, then what is the revenue when the price is 20,000? So p equals to 20,000, you find out revenue equals to what. Okay, and the math is done here also. Just the calculation is here. The calculation is here. I think there will be some space here. Yeah, some space here. Okay, slide calculation is here. You can verify the calculations also if you want. Yep, I think that's all for the revision, this part of the revision. And thank you all. Thank you very much. See you all in the class. For detail, yeah, please feel free to see the other video. And if you don't need the detail, then if this video is enough, you can try to redo this maths. Suppose without seeing this answer, without seeing the answer process, you can just do the math from here, and then match your answer and our answer. This way, try to do all these 7 maths. Then we will change the numbers, and then you will try to do this maths during the class and practice session. Okay. So that's all for today, and thank you all. Thank you very much. See you all in the class. Bye everyone. Bye bye.